This week's episode is sponsored by Nordic Track. Their range includes premium treadmills, cross trainers, and exercise bikes. With nearly 50 years of at-home workouts, they know fitness. Their trainer-led workouts help athletes run faster, grow stronger, and do whatever else they set their sights on. They're in the business of bringing personalised fitness to people like you, so that every minute spent training is a step towards your goals. Begin your journey today with a 5% discount using the code IRP2025 at nordictrackfitness.com.au, and also check the show notes.
Being a skin can bring you so much pain. Now I hear you say you got the best of both ways.
Welcome to episode number 427 of the Inside Running Podcast. A massive thank you for being with us for another week. Happy New Year. It's the first show of 2026, and we're stoked that you chose to listen to our podcast this week. Bit in the agenda here, Croaks. Done a good job. World Cross Country News. That's coming up this weekend, so we'll preview a bit of that. Some results from overseas in Madrid and Barcelona. Surf Coast Classic happened. We got Moose on the loose. Whispers is full. Listen to question. And a bit of stuff about Houston Half Marathon at the very end here. Welcome to my co-host. He's down in Anglesea. Just looking through, because 10 years ago, we just kicked off 2026. Look through his results from 2016 today. Moose, can you think back? 2016, you got 3 results on your World Athletics profile. Can you remember what they are?
Oh, World Athletics. Okay, so Melbourne Marathon was one.
Smashed Croaks that day, put 4 minutes into him.
That was my Berlin qualifier run.
Really windy.
Yeah, I ran in a pack with Dane Verwey, Mattress, Zaka, big Nick Van Rappos for a bit from Ballarat.
You come 5th. You would have been in the prize money.
Can't remember that happening. But I remember Zaka, I nearly put in a protest that day. I think actually someone did protest maybe Zaka that day, because Zaka was just getting palm drinks by Craig Mottram on the bike the whole way.
Oh, that's a flex, isn't it? Craig Mottram riding next year for 42K, handing you little pop tops.
Yeah, so there was a bit of controversy that day. It might have surrounded maybe Johnny Dutton he went ahead of the group, and I reckon he got passed by a few blokes with bikes sitting in front of him. Maybe that was Zaka, and could have been a protest go in. I reckon Zaka may have had to go to the VCAT on that to get his prize money.
Okay, did you end up beating him as well? Did you have bikes?
Oh, I didn't beat Zaka. So Zaka came 4th and I came 5th. But from that pack, that's how the results were. It was Zaka, then me, and in front that day, I think it was Tommy DeCanto. That could have been the year Tommy won. Tommy or...
I think he did, because Dua Yoa debuted.
DNF for Dua, yep.
He had a bad day, yeah.
Dua Yoa came into the store in Ballarat, so we'd opened the store for a few months by then. Came in with his coach about 2 weeks before, and the coach goes, so we were talking to Jess Stenson's coach, and he said you need to try these gel things or some sort of sports drink. And it was at that point where I realized that Dua probably wasn't prepared for the marathon. And was sitting on the side of the road at maybe 33K with a space blanket about him.
It shows how far, because I debuted in 2015, so 10 years before as well. And I did not take any gels. My coach would pass me a bottle of Powerade every 10K. I'd swish a bit around my mouth and spit it out. And just there was no education compared to now. We talk about gels and, precision and stuff like that every second episode, and how important fueling is for that last 10K. I felt at the time it was a different world.
Yeah, it's got better. And we talk about shoes a lot, but nutrition's been a major sort of performance enhancing change in knowledge around that. And and practice around it.
2 other races before we get to our other co-host. You raced the Burnley half marathon in the lead up in 69.24, and you won the Victorian Country 5K Championships in 15.14.
Where was that at?
That was at Landy Field in Geelong.
Oh yeah, okay.
24th of Jan, 2016.
Yeah, I was still living in Geelong early in 2016, and I moved to Ballarat in about May, because there was Jamie Cook would have been in that 5K champs, I reckon.
Oh yeah,
he's a real country champs stalwart. I think it was Jamie Cook. I remember it was a really hot day. It was one of those, like, country champs is always mid-Jan, late Jan, and it's stinking hot in the afternoons. Yeah.
I was just thinking, looking back 10 years, and it was probably your last average year before you broke through. Like 2017 or 2000 and whatever, 2022 was the peak moose.
Well, so I ran Melbourne that year, then I trained for Bogong to Hotham, and that was the catalyst. It was the training block for Bogong to Hotham where I did a lot of over distance stuff, high volume, a lot of hills, a lot of hilly long run sort of tempos, and then transitioned. That was in the first week of January, and then I managed to come off it really well and go into a track season, and had a good track season, and that was it from there. Then did Great Ocean Road Marathon. I didn't do a lot before Berlin later that year, 2017. But yeah, that was Bogong to Hotham. I still credit that for the real step up. Like the training block for that is what changed things for me.
Good. Our other co-host has nearly nodded off. You can see him starting to sleep up there in Canberra. But you also had 3 races, Welcome Croaks, in 2016. Can you remember them?
I actually raced quite a bit in 2016. I was just, while Moose was going through.
They weren't good enough to get on your honour. This is season's best, not results.
Yeah, so I kicked off with, I think, a win down in Albury at the City to City 10K. And then I raced the half marathon in Orange the week after. Got towed up by.
They're not making you.
Well, they are when Harry Summers. They are when Harry Summers goes there and absolutely dominates. I ran the Canberra Marathon 10K. Got a win there.
You did 31.15.
Yeah, ran Sydney 10 and struggled that day. Actually, I remember doing some work with Scotty Westcott, and I knew going through 5K. You know that feeling where it's like, I'm not dead yet, but I know that I'm working too hard for 5K in. So then by the time I got to 7K, had nothing left. I reckon I ran like 30.55, which when you consider Sydney 10's way flatter than the Canberra race, and there's not much difference there. And then...
Bit short back then too, Brady.
Yeah, maybe.
30.56, yeah, you're spot on.
And then actually one of my best results was a couple of weeks after that, I went to Merimbula and broke Marty Dent's 10K course record. I ran 30.55 on a course that had 80, 90 meters of elevation. Then smacked you up at Gold Coast half.
That was the day we met. Yeah, you put about 30 seconds into me in the last 3K at Gold Coast half, 67.22. You were 14th. Dewey Yoa actually won it that day.
Yeah. And then at that point, I was actually planning on having a full-on crack at Melbourne Marathon. And I got really sick not long after Gold Coast. And I ran National Cross because it was in Canberra. And I was still I hadn't recovered because it was a really, really terrible run. And at that point I went, all right, well, this was late August. I was just struggling. So I'm like, okay, I'll still do Melbourne because Viv and I had organised to go on a honeymoon the following year to Berlin. And it's like, okay, well, I'll still do Melbourne, but I just want to do it to get a Berlin qualifier, which was 2:45 at the time. So I started off with the lead women's pack, and actually Ash Watson was in that pack that day, and then just slowly sort of wound it up in the second half. But that was that day where the drinks tables were getting blown across the road.
Shit day.
Yeah.
Shit day.
So I ran just over 2:30 there. which I'd actually take now, given.
Yeah, what did you run there a couple of years ago when you actually put in a prep?
227 or something like
Okay.
that. And obviously this was pre super shoes as well. So, so that was my 2016.
It's good to reminisce, isn't it? Good to go down memory lane at the start of the show.
Give us yours, Brady.
I just actually give me 2 seconds. Well, I actually went to Berlin that year. I did Berlin the year before we started and did the podcast for Road to Berlin. So I ran 2:21:57 at Berlin Marathon. I remember I had 3 of those goo gels, and I was wondering why I was cooked in the last 10K. What else have I got here? Yeah, 67:44 with Croaks at Gold Coast, 30:24 at 10K at Launceston, and 68:48 at the Hobart Half Marathon in Jan.
Was this the year you started to kick off a bit too? 221.
No, I feel like I was going backwards at this stage. I probably was over the year before. I was running 66 at Gold Coast, 66:48, 30:19 at Sydney 10, 14:27. But I'd gone from 2:26 to 2:21, from Marathon 1 to Marathon 2. So, yeah. That's good though, fellas. Let's talk some training. What have you been doing, Croaks?
Probably had like one of my best training weeks in a long time in terms of how I got through 2 sessions, a midweek long run, a long run, plus like 3 hours on the bike. So it was good. So I kicked off on Monday, did 50 minutes, followed by 6 sort of 100-meter strides. So I'm trying to do that now twice a week. I'll do strides on the flat one day and do like 10 to 10 second sort of hill strides on another day.
You're not putting them on Strava. You do them separate.
No, I never time my strides. Like because I always feel like if I'm pressing, like, because the strides are fairly short, I always feel like you press lap and then it takes a bit of time to then sort of get into your rhythm because you've hit your watch. I'd prefer just to, like, I know it's 100 meters what I'm running because I've sort of measured it and I just run it. Like I don't think you need to time them. I'd prefer just to focus on form and feel. And I'm going to do that more so if I'm not worried about what the watch is saying.
Yeah, you're going to miss like 300 meters of running though.
Need that for your Strava total.
Well,
Croaks.
yeah, I get,
Over a year, you're looking at some
every Monday, Monday afternoon.
No, I'm happy to leave that sort of, not time that stuff and leave it off Strava.
Can you just do it 1 week just to see what you're getting down to, what pace? Because Chriso and I have this thing where we see who can go the fastest in strides.
Well, all right. Well,
I don't think it's accurate at all, but it spits out a time.
When we get to Thursday, I did hill strides with Zach, and Zach timed his hill strides, so you can have a look at that. And I was basically on par with him. Okay. Tuesday morning, jumped on the treadmill, did 9 by K. I was umming and ahhing whether to do 10, but I thought 9 was enough. So I did first 3 reps at 18K an hour, which is like 320s. The next 2, a couple of like at 317s, and then the last 4 at 315. On my 9th rep, I was like 50 seconds in, and because I was obviously sweating a bit, some sweat got on the console, and it sort of it turned it onto like the menu, and it sort of shut the treadmill down. So I'm like 50 seconds into the last rep. Then the treadmill starts to slow down, and it has to completely slow down before I can like ramp it back up. So I got it back up.
Would have annoyed him so much,
yeah,
would have pissed him off so much.
I got it back up to speed, and then I ended up running like another sort of kilometer, probably even a little bit longer on the last rep. So that was Tuesday morning. I think heart rate maybe maxed out at like 160. Ended up going out for a run that afternoon. Did 8K out at Mulligan's. I wore the Vomero Premium. It's actually the first time I've worn them on the trails, and it was okay. I don't think I'm going to be wearing it too many more times on the trails. I think it's definitely more of just a concrete shoe for me. I probably enjoy the Vomero Plus more on the trails and probably get same sort of recovery feel in a way.
You got to slow this one down, Croaks.
Yeah, this one was pretty. Yeah, 424s. Yeah,
Recovery, like you did a
Yeah.
session in the morning.
Yeah, I agree. It was pretty warm too. So
Get that to 5 minutes.
yeah. Then Wednesday, my plan originally was like sort of midweek long run. Oh, actually, I have. Oh, sorry, I forgot the cycling. I haven't got cycling in here. So I did an hour on the bike on Monday afternoon. And then Wednesday, plan was to do like 18K, but it was such a nice morning. And I actually felt like really good that I ended up doing 20K at like 420s. I think heart rate was fairly under control. Did an hour on the bike that afternoon. And then New Year's Day on the Thursday, Jack, who I coach, sent a message out saying anyone keen for a run tomorrow morning. I said, yep. And so him and Zach came over. We did just over 10K and then did 8 hill strides. So I guess they were about sort of 10 seconds in length. Felt actually really good doing those hill strides.
Hey, Croaks,
Yep.
do you ever go anywhere and meet anybody, or is it just always from your house? Because I got a feeling it might always be on Croaks' terms, these group runs.
Yeah, no, I have. We did speak about it on the weekend that we're going to start to do a bit of a long run sort of rotation because there's, there's sort of four good places to do sort of long runs in Canberra. So I'm happy to sort of mix it up a little bit. But hey, when you got mulligans on your doorstep, why would you want to go anywhere else?
When you're the king too, Moose, like the alpha makes the call, don't they?
Chop out the boys a bit. Chop them out.
Have they got to travel a lot to get to you, Croaks?
Probably 20 minutes.
Mate, everything in Canberra is 17 to 22 minutes away.
It is. It literally is. Yeah. So Thursday, that was 4:30 we ran for that 10.6K and then eight hill strides.
I've got the splits on the hill strides.
Yep.
The last one, you guys went at 244K pace, and with the gap, it comes out at 206 kilometre pace.
Oh,
that's good for you, Croaks.
Hey?
That's real good for Croaks with his dodgy calf.
206 pace running up a hill.
The 48-year-old just absolutely gassing him.
Do you believe that for a 10-second rep, though? Like on GPS?
Actually, the one before it was 241 pace with a gap at 209 as well. Well, I don't know. It looks like the way you did them, you eased into them. Like the first one was 305, and the second one 256, 253, 259, 256, and then the last two you guys really smacked.
What the hell are you doing, mate?
Covering it. Well, I don't believe that they were that fast, but anyway. But I felt good. Then on Friday morning, another treadmill session. Did 3x3K with a minute recovery in between. Did the first rep at 17.5K an hour, which is like 326s. And then the last two reps at 320s. Wore the Alpha 1 for the first time in ages, the black and green one.
Ooh,
so, it was...
They still work?
Yeah. I reckon I've only done like maybe a few 100K.
Yeah, but they're like 7 years old. Or maybe, what do we get them? Like 2020, actually. They're into their 6th year of life.
Yeah, no, they still felt all right. That once again, heart rate, I think maxed out at around, maybe got into the low 160s by the end. Did 7.2K in the afternoon, 425s. Once again, this was in the Vomero Premium again. Then Saturday, I did 14K in the morning, 421s, jumped on the bike for an hour in the afternoon. And then Sunday was our long run, so I did 2 hours. So I'd organised to meet Zach and Rob at 7:30 from my place for 2 hours. And then Cam messaged saying that those guys were going to start at 8 o'clock, but he was only going to do like 20K. So we did sort of 30 minutes and then met up with him, and there was Leanne and Angus Hinksman, a Paralympian. So there's like some Cam only ended up doing an hour, I think it was, and Leanne only had sort of 18K because she was flying out the next day for World Cross. But I got through 28K at 4:18, so it was 136K for the week and 3 hours on the bike.
This guy is fit, Moose. These weeks, he's doing like 12 and a half hours of exercise.
It must be nice. It must be nice.
I just want to flick back to when I run like 180 Ks. How many hours is that? Because
Yeah.
you're probably doing more. Yeah, so 178K here I found. That's 12 hours, 57 minutes. So for Croak's probably about 11 and a half hours at the pace he runs. So you're doing the equivalent of probably 100-mile week, Croaks.
Yeah, and I
Fitness-wise,
think,
like where your heart rate's at for the week.
yeah, and I just think the bike gives
This is
you
great.
so much free fitness because like the hardest thing about the bike is the fact that it's hot. But I jump off it and yeah, like I've obviously sweated a fair bit, but it's easy riding and it doesn't seem to like my legs aren't trashed at the end of it, but I've got an hour at 130 beats a minute. Like, so I feel like why not do that?
The
Yes.
heat component's good for you too. That's an extra little bonus.
Yeah, and because I've always sort of struggled in our summers, and I'm actually finding all of my runs so far like not too bad, even when it starts to sort of warm up at the back end of long runs and stuff. Whereas normally I'd be really struggling. So yeah, like I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. Like body's good. I'm just trying to work out what's sustainable, sort of week in week out. And the one thing that's been missing the last couple of weeks is gym. So I'm going to add gym in this week, and maybe I cut a double run out, or maybe I cut an hour bike ride, or I try and fit it in. But yeah, I feel fit. I just don't know what shape I'm in. You know, like
Is
and
what
because I'm
you
doing
just did this week, is that sustainable? Like if you do that for 10 weeks, imagine how fit you would be.
yeah. Well, I think this the Sunday just gone was my 5th long run of between an hour 55 and 2 hours. So
Yeah.
you know, another month of those, and I'm getting close to 10, which I feel like you're in a good spot if you can string together 10 consecutive long runs.
You're only one hill sprint away from being out for 3 months, though.
Yeah, I probably need to do a few sessions outside as well to get a real gauge of where I'm at, because obviously treadmills over time, the calibration might sort of be a little bit out. But where I get confidence from is how comfortable I feel on just easy runs at 420s to 425s, which doesn't translate to 5K fitness, but I always just feel like I don't know, if you sort of feel like you're moving well and you feel fit, even if there's not a lot of data to support it.
Covering the ground well, covering it real well. Moose, I've got a feeling you're not covering the ground well.
No, not particularly. I do have another week of injury. Didn't get much progress last week. Not a lot of change in my condition symptoms. So I am getting a scan. I've got a scan tomorrow. So after that, we'll know exactly what's going on. I did see Ali yesterday to get a non-scan bias diagnosis before we go in there, because chances are the scan's going to show up all sorts of different shit in my knee. So we actually want to treat what's causing the pain, not what the scan shows up that's irrelevant. So she's got a little philosophy on what's causing the pain, and we'll use the scan to confirm that, and then go from there.
Okay, but you reckon it's improving? Like you feel like it's improving?
Today I felt improvement.
Okay.
Yep. Today I've got, the trouble is I'm like, how many stairs are in the house and how steep the block is I live on.
Yeah,
and
he's got like six different stories in his house, Croaks.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's not
like
like a big mansion, 6 different stories. It's like go down 3 stairs, couple of bedrooms, go down another stair, your dinner table, go down another couple of stairs, another bedroom.
You're gonna love that when you're 60, Moose.
I'm not loving it. What about now?
Yeah, when there's little kids that can fall down six floors.
Yeah. But every time I take a step down, that's where it catches in my knee. So it's just horrible. It's a horrible feeling knowing you've got to go down the stairs, and I basically walk down peg-legged on one side. So I just hold it out straight and then use the right leg to go down. I've been in the gym, but it hasn't been running exercises really. I can do a little bit. I can do calf work, so working on that, sort of looking at this a chance to get the calves strong. Doing a lot of bench press, chin ups,
upper body. How many chin ups you at?
Yeah, I'm not strong. I've lost strength. It depends if we're talking overarm or underarm. So I generally do a set where I start with underarm.
Is that how you hold the bar? Is that what you're talking about?
Underhand. Yeah, underhand. And
Yeah.
then the second set's overhand. And then the third set I can go on the sides. Like I've got a bar where it comes like parallel to me so I can grab the sides.
Is it significantly harder when you move your arms, like your hands the other way around?
I find it harder with the overhand grip like this.
And you were saying that's the legit way to do it.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think with the underarm grip, you use a lot more bicep, and then the overarm, you use a lot more shoulder and back.
Okay.
Yeah, you can leverage the biceps a little bit too much with the underhand. So I've always been told that you use them for training, but if you're going to be testing yourself, you go overhand.
Okay.
How many do you get? You said you're going to do 15.
Yeah, well, I did them the easier way, just to the gym the other day. Jumped up the bar after the elliptical, and I got 10 done. And I was like, yeah, okay, 15's probably, give me a week and a half, I can probably build that up to 15. But I'm doing them the wrong grip. I've got to try the other way.
Set up the camera. I want to see them. Yeah. Set up the camera in the gym.
For a short guy, it's a fair jump to actually jump up to the bar. And
just go and ask one of the ladies next to you to give you a little bit of a hoist up.
Yeah. Then I get the calluses on my hands as well. Like the bar's not real smooth.
No, teaching hands.
But yeah, we got 10. But there's good mirror access. Like I can see myself doing them, and geez, I look jacked as. When you're doing chin-ups, everything just pops, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you put on so much weight now, you just be like a monster in there.
I'll get on the scales this week too, give you an update with what's happening there.
Intimidating blokes when you walk in. You love those like tank tops that hang real low too, like they show half your body when you do that.
Yeah, they're the ones. I've got a couple of like Lululemon Lab ones back from when I was with Lulu, and they're real good. They're like this like silky kind of material, and they drop down like nearly down to your jocks.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That's the stuff that I see popping in the mirror. That stuff.
That's your rib cage.
Yeah.
They're not abs, it's a rib cage.
Get a thirst trap up on Strava, Brady.
Remember when you made that joke, Moose? It was ages ago. We had to beep it. It was like real early days of the podcast. And
what did I say?
We were comparing skinny guys. I was trying to tell you that I had a six-pack, and you're like, can you remember this, Croaks?
I do, yeah.
And you're like, you can't call it a six-pack if you're just like super skinny. It's cheating. And then you compared it to something else that was funny but really inappropriate. We had to get rid of it.
I don't remember this.
I'll tell you off air because I'm not going to repeat it again now, but it had Croak Snyder's cacking ourselves laughing.
Well, can you just repeat it a little bit?
Nah, I had heard that saying before, though, before Moose had said it.
Oh, it's like a baby holding an apple or something.
No.
All right.
No, we'll move on. I'll tell you about my week, eh? I had a good week. We're just building momentum, boys. 45 minutes on Monday with 5x15 strides. I think it was pretty hot from memory there. Tuesday, did 50 minutes at 4:57 pace and then 45 minutes on the elliptical. Moved my workout to Wednesday because we had the big dog in town, Jimmy Friend, one of the biggest shoe dogs in the country. I told you last week he was coming to town. Flicks me a message about working out Wednesday. I said, yeah, that's fine. He was doing mile repeats. I said, cool, I'll jump in with you. Our fitness levels may be similar at the moment. Guess what time he wanted to meet up for the workout, boys? Now, for some context, he's on holidays up here, and it's not like ridiculously hot. There was no need to like train at a specific hour due to the heat. Got to get it done early.
Well,
5:30.
I know this because he does it down here too, even on his days off.
Warm-up start. He's on holidays. It's like the 30th of December. Tourist town.
It's 5:15 down here. 5:15. And one time we wanted, Ali and I driving to the track, right? We said, we'll come in and do a workout with you guys. Because it's like, for Ali, it's about 40 minutes away. And and we had to campaign to get a little bit of a later start. And then he made up a rule after we'd done that, after that week. He goes, if they're going to get different start times, then they have to negotiate with two people. If it's one person coming, there's no change in start time. So we have to go as a pair now. Otherwise, you're going at 5:15.
It is a beautiful time of the day, but my alarm went off at 4:45 a.m. when it didn't have to go off. Like I could have easily the workout could have been at 8 a.m. My day wasn't going to change at all. So
did you feel good though? Feel good after you finish?
Feel good after you finish. And because I'm not doing big workouts, like I was done by like 7:40. I was in the car. I'm like no, 6:40. I was, even earlier. But what disappointed me the most was there's this street in Moama called Chanter Street, and there's like 3 holiday parks down there. And I just always do workouts around there. Every week of the year, I'm doing workouts down there by myself. No, not seeing anyone. But this time of the year, it turns into like the Gold Coast. It's like everyone's exercising before they get on their beers, go out in their boats. You get AFL players walking up and down there, UFC fighters, a lot of like girls not wearing many clothes at all. So like it's a real good flex. Probably not as much plastic surgery as the Gold Coast, but more like that kind of boat life, jet skis, big boats, stuff like that. So you want to show off. This is the week to do it. I'm down there at 5:30 in the morning. Everyone's still sleeping. Did not run past one other person the whole time. Jimmy absolutely stitched me up here from being able to show off on my own local road. So
Sure, you made up for it another time during the week, Brady.
no, but I'm only doing 1 workout a week, Croak, so I couldn't get down there. Every other week I'm going down there at 5-minute K pace on my easy jogs. But anyway, we did 6 by a mile, around 3:30 pace. Heart rate was good on this one. Like, I don't think I averaged over 160 for any of them, which was good. 1 minute off in between. That was Jimmy's still coached by Ali Pashley, so that was an Ali Pashley workout.
Well,
Had
6
some
by a
fun with
mile.
that. She
Real
did
creative.
7 by a mile.
Well, she should call it. She should put a name on that.
Yeah, the Ali Pashley threshold.
I reckon I did 6 by a mile with Ellie down the coast. I reckon Moose gave it to her.
It's a good workout though, isn't it? You get mileage easy with 6 by a mile.
Well,
Yeah.
it can't be too hard though. It's got to be like a threshold type effort.
Yeah, especially if you're doing them off 1 minute. Like 1 minute goes pretty quick if you're cooking yourself.
Because what was your effort, like 5:30?
3:30, you mean?
No, your intervals 5:30.
Oh yeah, no, I think they're like 5:42s, 5:38, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like you could give 6 by 5:30.
Yeah.
Because we do 6 by 6 minutes all the time.
Yeah.
This is essentially that.
Yeah.
With a minute break.
Just a good way to mix it up though. Nice way to mix it up. Thursday did 40 minutes, 4:46 pace in an hour on the elliptical. Friday met up with Jimmy again, took him to the grass track. He was doing I just warmed up with him and then I did my plyometric and strides. Hit 100 meters in 14 seconds, fellas. I timed my strides. The last one I really fanged it, bit of a tailwind on the grass. It's probably worth 13, maybe 12 high.
What shoes?
I wore the Mizunos because they've got that little bit of grip on them.
Yep.
Remember the old New Balance that had that little grippy thing too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Mizuno's got that as well. So it's super light, so good for the track, and it's got the grip for the grass. And then Jimmy and Toby Hall was there as well. He was doing a big set of 400s. So I jumped in with a couple of reps with those boys. Probably shouldn't have. Probably getting a bit greedy, wasn't on the plan, but I just couldn't help myself. Sunrise, grass oval, just that beautiful feeling of people fanging track workouts. So paced them to a couple of reps, which was nice.
Paddy Stowe won't be impressed.
Paddy Stowe, what about him today? The big announcement. He got made clinic manager at his physio clinic in Albury.
Why are you going rogue though?
I just couldn't help myself. Simple as that. Just a couple of blokes with honest workers just doing reps around the track, and I thought, both of them had big sessions. Like Toby was doing 20 by 400, and Jimmy did 10 by 600. So they just need, what it's like when someone can just hook you through a rep, boys. Just help out the people out there. Sounds good.
Mate, I reckon he might have cut you off here. I'd be cutting you off.
Who, Paddy?
Yeah.
Oh, I did 400-meter reps.
Bit of a disrespectful act.
I did some elliptical that afternoon as well. Saturday was 45 minutes. I was real shook on this one. You watch Stranger Things, Croaks? I know Moose doesn't watch it. He's got to start tonight, he said, with the feeding times.
Yeah, we actually got to watch the last episode of the last season to refresh what happened.
Oh, so you haven't started the new season yet?
No, we haven't started the new season. We're watching Landman at the moment.
What's that? Is it good?
Yeah, I love it actually. This is their second season out. It's about the oil industry, in Texas.
Fictional?
It's a documentary.
No, it's not a documentary. No, it's fictional. Yeah.
Okay. What app's it on?
It's on Paramount, I think.
So you haven't had any spoilers from Stranger Things?
No.
My algorithm's cooked, fellas. I've been looking up way too much stuff, and all I see now Like it's just Stranger Things stuff. Yeah. Anyway, Moose, do you believe after the finale?
What?
Yeah, don't worry. Just say yes or no. There was this big controversy. Not a big controversy, it's just an open-ended question. And there's people saying if they believe or not.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. So I was real shook after that finale, Croaks. Man, you will do a podcast episode when you've watched it a couple of months' time. Sunday did 80 minutes, had 4 of us. So we had Anthony on the bike, Glenn was in town, Toby was still in town, did 80 minutes at 4:18 pace. It was good. 10 minutes longer than last week. Heart rate about 3 beats per minute lower as well. So we're getting fit, boys. 87 Ks, 3.5 hours on the elliptical. So I had a goal to hit 10 hours for the week. So I'm not quite at Croaks' 2.5, but I'm getting there. Momentum.
Yeah, you'll be back in no time. I can see this happening. Wouldn't
Yeah.
mind you and Croaks to have a little bit of a race. Like,
Nah,
you boys are
different categories at the moment.
Yeah, I'm over 45.
No, different fitness categories.
You're close enough in like proximity. Canberra, Aubrey's 3.5 hours. You could find something.
When's that fun run in Albury? That it's back, Croaks. You know that one that you won?
Yeah, city to city.
What's it called? City to City.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and there was another one too. Pub to pub, maybe there. They had a different one. Remember I went up there and got smacked up by Michael Roger?
Yeah, you went up there for easy prize money.
Yeah, never seen this bloke before. And then I see him on the start line, full pro kit. And I'm like, this is what I was thinking. I'm like, this bloke's, he's got like a disability. He's obviously a pretty good runner. He's sponsored by Brooks. Like, what am I thinking here?
Oh, did you not know who he was beforehand?
No idea. Never seen him before. And then we get about 5K in it and I'm looking around. I'm like, yeah, I think I might be fucked here. Smack me up the last K, finished. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And why don't I know about this guy? He's like with like a shorter arm, absolutely smoking me. And I always thought I was killing it right then.
22nd of Feb, Croaks, Sunday. Do you want to head-to-head it?
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh.
I'm toying with the idea of doing the New South Wales 5K champs, which is the weekend before.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to hear. We need to make this happen, Brady.
I thought he was just wussing out of a race, but then he's actually wussing out because he's got another race planned.
Well, I do want to, that's Feb 14, which means if I do that one, I'll probably do like a 3K rust buster here in Canberra, like before that.
Don't risk it. Don't risk it.
I don't think you need a race. I don't think you need a rust buster these days.
I don't know.
Nah.
I would, but I don't want you to risk it. I don't want to
drive all the way to Sydney though for the rust buster. So if I do a 3K here,
I do think it's good.
What about just do a hard mono fartlek or something?
Well, at least do 3K at goal 5K pace, and maybe it's not.
The rust buster is getting attuned psychologically to the non-break in hard effort. You know, mono fartleks, you get a chop out, you go to a float. It's just getting back there, finding that place to hurt, knowing it'll be okay. Yeah, you need it.
And especially when you're doing so much just like Norwegian threshold stuff where all the sessions are comfortably hard. Like you need to do something that is challenging before you go and have a proper race. Otherwise, that proper race, you'll get to 3K and the last 2K will be shit.
I like this, Moose.
I like it too. I love it.
Are you going to wear spikes, Croaks?
I think I just wear flats.
Just get disqualified.
I wouldn't be in the A race anyway. So.
Wear the Mizunos. They're perfect.
Yeah. So I think with New South Wales, if you're in the A race, you have to wear spikes. B race, C race, D race, you can wear whatever you want.
Just get a little asterisk next to your name.
Yeah, but also, I think Masters athletes are allowed to wear super shoes.
Hey, what's the over 45 Australian 5K record?
I reckon it's sub 50. It's well under 15.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, but on the Masters website, you know, you have to have that separate. Look that one up.
I reckon it's Steve Thurston, actually, a guy that I interviewed for the show.
Yeah,
Croaks knows it off the top of his head.
He's like, I reckon it is. It's like
this random dude.
From South Australia.
Steve Thurston, he was like 1335K guy back in the day.
Yeah, but
he's the umpire.
1338.
Did
So he was a steepler, and I reckon if you go back and listen, actually, that maybe re-release that interview, Brady. It's a
I'll do it this weekend.
He fell at the last water jump when winning the national championships, and then I think it was Chris Unthank. Is it Unthank?
Mm-hmm.
Went past him and got the win. Yeah. Okay. So I reckon.
Look it up on that Masters site though. You know, the one that has separate records because you got to be registered.
Just click the bookmark that's saved in the top corner of your page.
I reckon he ran 14:48 for the over 45s.
Geez, you could probably run 14:48.
Yeah, I reckon he could too. Maybe not at the start of the season. Maybe like put him in something in April. Australian champs. Just go run the heat at the Australian champs.
I'm not going to run at the Aussie champs, Moose.
Have you found it? Have we got the official time?
No, I'll find it during that. I'll find it during the show.
How long does it take you to use Google?
I haven't even...
He's a bit of a boomer.
Okay.
Do Patreon. Where are we up to? Patreon shout-outs?
I hope he doesn't get injured, Moose, because we've got some exciting things coming.
Oh, if he gets injured, that's my dream.
I was going to ask you about your goals, boys. I didn't think Australia Records was on the cards potentially. But what are your goals for 2026 before we move on? Got any performance goals? Lifestyle goals?
I mean, mine are still running related goals. There's certain races. I mean, I want to get back and do Great Ocean Road Marathon. I've missed that race. Like I've done the half, but I've wanted to do that, and I've been injured for like every single time I wanted to do it the last 4 years. So Great Ocean Road Marathon, I would love to do
this year, May.
This year, yeah. I mean, 2 weeks ago I was great. I'm going well. I'm fitter than I've been in ages. So I'd like to do that. I got an entry for Sydney again. I'd like to go and have a good experience at Sydney. And when a good experience, I mean run to the potential of my fitness on that day, not cook it. That would be fun. Yeah. I kind of want to do an ultra trail race too. I want to go and do something outside the norm. And that might help me in training, get away from like doing the workouts and always pushing for a race. If I've got something like that's sort of slower and longer and I don't really have paces I need to sort of worry about, and I can just get aerobically fit. Maybe.
When's UTA?
It's normally in May. It's normally the same weekend as Great Ocean Road, actually.
Yeah.
It used to be, anyway.
Hard to get tickets for that, though, isn't it?
Oh, not for Moose. Bogle on the Hotham course record holder. You just have to send an email.
And send my Strava file. Actually, I lost that Strava file.
Lost it?
Watch ran out of battery on the last climb. Devastating.
Never had it.
Devastating.
That's good. Croaks?
A couple.
5K record for 45 plus?
No. One is to be on the right side of the Nadia compilation. So not embarrass myself because I listened to that. I listened to that today while I was riding the bike, which is very well done by Nadia.
So for some context, Nadia did like a highlights episode for our 400th episode, and then a whole lot of people left comments on it. And I don't know who Nadia is. I don't think I've ever met her in person, but she spends a lot of time finding old snippets of audio, putting it together, and people requested other stuff when she did this first one. So she released another one. Would have taken, like, I know how much editing is involved to do that. I reckon it'd be a 30 to 50 hour job, depending on how good she is on a computer. But it was rough on Croaks, Moose.
I'm only 10 minutes in, and it's all been good so far.
Nah,
it's
there's
great.
like a 15
I was loving
segment towards the end.
Oh yeah. So it's like I'm riding along going, if Brady asked me what my goals are, it's like to be on the right side of this where I'm like giving somebody else stick and I'm not like copping it or saying like things like, I'm retiring, I'm done, or
just 15 minutes of him retiring, commit to races, retiring.
Moose just into me about, why don't you just slow down?
When you retired, that was fucking gold. I love that.
She's got that in there. And then it's like, I'm going to do Valencia Marathon. And then it clips to the audio going, so I'm out of Valencia Marathon.
Yeah, so that's one. But I think one of the big ones is like no sort of time goals or anything like that, but just looking back at the end of the year and having a consistent block. Like if I'm running 5,500 to 6,000 Ks for the year, I'll have a good year because I'll be fit and I'll be likely to jump in races because I'm fit. And so that's the one thing I haven't had for 2 years, probably, is a year where I'm just consistent.
Nordic Track knows how to deliver premium personal training at home because they've been perfecting it for decades. Every treadmill, exercise bike, elliptical and rower is built to transform how people experience fitness, from the feel of the treadmill cushion to seamless tracking apps and trainer-created programs that guide every step of the journey. Their iFit experience is something truly special, designed to motivate, challenge and inspire every day. Nordic Track is proud of its cardio legacy. They craft industry-leading treadmills that make every workout worth the time spent, including incline trainers that reach an unmatched 40% incline. Their Freestride Trainer elliptical offers a heart-pumping workout with zero impact, giving users powerful, joint-friendly ways to move. Whatever someone's fitness level or goal, there's a Nordic Track product built to support it. With iFit, users can train like never before. Whether they're brand new to running or preparing for their next marathon, they can experience everything from the Boston Marathon course to the mountains of New Zealand, all guided by expert trainers who help them step up their game through truly interactive personal training at home. Begin your journey today with a 5% discount using our code IRP2025 at nordictrackfitness.com.au.
That would be good.
It's a bit of a pussy. It's a bit of a pussy goal. Like
4,000 Ks. Do 4,000 Ks.
Now I reckon I used to always look at 5,200. So you average 100 a year. So you're obviously going to have some weeks that are higher, some weeks that are lower. Yeah.
I reckon just dial the goal back a bit.
I reckon 100 a week.
Yeah, but you'll get injured. We all get injured, mate. Like, and then all of a sudden you start getting disappointed. You haven't hit 100. Because what do? You lose a month. Well, it's hard to get back to 100 a week, especially when you're
400 behind, aren't you? If you miss a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like initially I'd like to get fit enough to run well over 5:10 and then sort of, then get fit enough to be able to do a proper marathon block.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you couldn't have put yourself in a better position as of like, say we're doing this on Jan 5th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best shape I've been at the start of a year for quite a while. Because even the year, 2022, I had a pretty good year there. Like I ran 30:30 at Sydney 10 and then 2:23 at Gold Coast. I got COVID on the 10th of January and I didn't start sessions till like February. I remember doing like 6 by a K at 3:30s, late Feb. And then I've run like well at Sydney 10 and run Gold Coast Marathon. So I'm way ahead of there.
But that's a good example of some things are out of your control.
Yeah.
Bloody get hit with COVID month. Or not a month, but a couple of weeks normally.
Yeah. But that was like even last year, like I was going okay. And then just before Gold Coast, I got the flu. And that like kicked my ass for a couple of weeks. But then because I hadn't run for a couple of weeks, you start running again. And because your Achilles is sort of deloaded, your Achilles gets grumpy because you haven't run for 2 weeks. And that all came as a result of getting the flu.
When at your age, like you got to be careful of things like the flu too.
Yeah, pneumonia.
Yeah.
What are your goals, Brady?
Falling over, having a fall. Well, the first part, I've kind of like broken it up into the year. So the first part is to graduate from this return to run program. So I finished phase 3 of that on the 1st of Feb. And then my next goal is to get myself in a good condition for Boston. And I've outside of my debut, I've never ran slower than 2:22. So I'd love to be able to go 2:22 or faster, which I'm only going to have 11 weeks. So I still think that's plenty of time, but that's going to be a bit of a challenge. And then I'd love to, I'm getting older too, fellas. Like I'm 38 now. So like the years are running out to smack a real quick one. And I was thinking, talking to the boys yesterday running, I'm like, fuck, all the entries have kind of gone for end of the year marathons. I'm like, which marathon can I potentially do? I should have probably organised this a couple of months ago. But Valencia is still open and their qualifying time of under 2:20 which is soft because it's under, I think it's under 30 for 10, 66 for half, or 220 in the last 3 years. So my Ballarat time, 10 months ago, is going to be still okay to be able to use that. So, yeah, ideally I'll sit here this time next year, go and had a good one at Boston, return to run all good. Had a couple of decent 5s or maybe more 10s and halves in between. And then I sit here at the end of the year with a marathon PB, like in the 2:17s or 2:18s, then become an influencer.
Well, the Instagram poll you put up today should give you a fair bit of confidence. See that, Moose?
Yeah, it was a good question, wasn't it? What did I end up with? How much percent? The question was who has the fastest marathon by the end of the year, which I actually think is risky for me because I'm doing Boston. I could have headwind for 42K and it could be snowing and or 30 degrees. So Boston's unpredictable. And then
it's downhill and doesn't count.
Yeah, and if I get injured for my second one, that could be my only marathon for the year. So I like the roughie going for you two boys.
Yeah, because we're Mr. Consistent over here.
Yeah, what's your next poll? Brady versus the kids at the school carnival?
Hey, I thought that was a good question from that listener. Yeah, I just screenshot and put it up.
That's Liam actually that sent that in. I coached Liam. But I think you're at like 67%, close to 70% actually. Moose and I were about 15% each.
Yeah, I'm 67. You're 17%. Moose is 16%. But Moose 2 weeks ago, like Moose is a 2:14 guy that was smacking long runs 14 days ago. Now people lost faith in him. You can see who voted for what as well.
The twin chat has not helped. No. Helped his vote.
I would not be voting for me right now. I give you the tip. That would be a terrible vote.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that don't know a lot about running in here voting for Croaks.
Geez, this is something like only the slowest marathoner on the show would put a poll up like this, though, Croaks.
Yeah.
Me and you ain't putting a poll up like this.
There's a Nadia running. Do you reckon that's our Nadia from Patreon? She voted for Croaks.
Good on you, Nadia.
That could be her. Finally putting a face to the name, maybe. Let's thank some Patreon supporters, Croaks.
All right,
kick us off.
I've got Dean Edmonds, and Dean's from the Sunshine Coast. He ran 72.19 at the 2025 Gold Coast Half and 2:31 at the 2025 Sunshine Coast Marathon. So pretty solid times there. And I think he might work for Fox Racing. So maybe rides motorbikes for Fox Racing, or I don't know, works on the bikes. But Dean might be able to hook me up with my first bit of Fox gear.
I could see a big fat white hoodie for you.
I have never ever owned a piece of Fox clothing.
Yeah, the flat lid you always wear.
It wasn't Fox.
Monster Energy.
Oh, Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to wear the Monster Energy one when he was a big fan of the Robertson twins.
Yeah. I reckon he's into his bike racing.
Wow, yeah, well.
But he's a solid runner as well.
A lot of those motorcycle dudes are super fit.
And race car drivers as well.
Yeah, crazy levels of endurance on what they do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dean, for your support. Who you got, Moose?
I got Jonathan Daly. So a local fella down here from the Bellarine Peninsula. It could be like a massive amount of places. Generally regarded as the inferior peninsula compared to the Surf Coast, just by people that live around here and everywhere. He's run 18:52 at Ocean Grove Park Run, 40. I've never done that park run, by the way, so I can't comment on its speed if it's a fast one. 40.
Yeah, Darwin heads and back, wouldn't it? Is that where they go?
Yeah, well, I would think so, but it's a pretty narrow path there.
Yeah.
It's real busy too, so could be a bit troublesome. 40:50 at the 2024 Port Fairy 10K. That's a good race down there. 92 minutes at the 2023 Run Melbourne Half. That's his best result out of these so far. But went through half at last year's Gold Coast in 1:31 and 3:09 at the 2024 Sydney Marathon. He is a doctor. Oh, okay. He's a doctor having completed a PhD in urban planning and is the Director of Precincts at Department of Transport and Planning.
It's a big job. Another good title for a Patreon supporter.
What do you reckon about that, doctor? Call yourself a doctor when you're like What is it? What does he do?
You can do a doctorate at the university, don't you?
Yeah, but
PhD.
you call yourself a doctor if you're designing like roads and stuff.
Nick Earl's a doctor as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but he would call himself a doctor.
Oh, so you think that it's one thing to do the doctorate, but then do you actually call yourself a doctor or not?
Oh yeah, like
They're pretty
call
hard to
himself-
get.
when
He
I
doesn't call
saw
himself a doctor on Strava though, Moose. This was obviously just looking into like LinkedIn or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
not like, it's not doctor on Strava.
if someone told if I was like at a barbecue having a beer with someone and they go, yeah, I'm a doctor, and I'd be like, oh yeah, which hospital do you work at? What, you're in private practice?
I reckon most people though would clarify it as like, I have a doctorate in such and such.
Nah, you're not opening up. If you say, what do you do for work? They're not, and they say, I'm a doctor of designing roads. Nah.
When you fill out the forms and stuff, and it's like, are you like Mr., Mrs., whatever, doctor? You'd have to legally say doctor, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I reckon sometimes it's caused a bit of confusion on flight. If somebody's having like a medical episode and they go through the log of everybody that's on, they see doctor and they go to seat B3. Can you help this person? Oh, I'm actually a doctor of
Jonathan Daly
philosophy.
sitting there,
Yeah.
doctor of urban planning.
Croaks has fucking stitched him up here because it says he's a doctor. And you've written that, Croaks. He didn't write that.
Well, no, it was more. No, yeah, it was more to celebrate that he's done a PhD.
Nah, you've baited me well.
No,
you've baited me very well.
You're the one that stitched him up. You could have just read out what I wrote.
How hard is it to get a doctorate?
It's a lot of study.
Yeah, but compare it in running terms. Is a doctorate like a sub 225 marathon?
Oh,
or like
better
a
than that.
215, you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
No, I think more people in the world have got doctorates than have ran under 225. Put in a chat GPT while I'm taking our next person. See if you can get an answer for me. You know how to use that, Croaks?
No.
Yeah, I reckon it's more like 240.
I think if doctorate's only worth 240.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. I reckon because look at the amount of people. Look at a marathon, right?
I'll put in a chat GPT. You start talking.
Where are we at here? You got to do.
All right. I'll do your. Do you want me to do your shout out, Brady?
Yeah.
All right. Gordon Meredith from St Kilda. I think he ran 18:44 at the 2022 Geelong Half Marathon 5K, 78 minutes at the 2013 Geelong Half Marathon, and 3:01 at the 2023 Melbourne Marathon. Not much on Strava over the last year, so I hope he's okay. And I think he might be a multimedia freelancer for Ramblings Media and Production. So I think he does a bit in the podcast, like production space.
Oh, here you go.
Who's he work for, do you know?
It says, freelance for Ramblings Media and Production.
Okay. How many people worldwide have doctorates? According to one source, there are 15 million doctorate holders worldwide.
Told ya.
That out of a global population of 7.3 billion works out to roughly 0.2% of people globally.
Well, 0.2%.
Yeah.
I reckon there's less than 0.2% of the global population are running.
Hold up, though. It's people that enter these marathons.
What we don't have data on the marathon, but what we do have data on is that each year about 1.1 to 1.3 million people finish a marathon worldwide. Only 2.65% of those are sub 3 hours.
Yeah.
Bottom line is there's no reliable global statistics.
I think if you said how many people that go to uni get doctorates versus how many people that run marathons run under 240, way higher percentage of doctorates coming out of that. Way higher.
I love when you compare apples and oranges.
It's not really. I think I'd put it at 3 hours.
Yeah, here we go. So having a doctorate, while rare, is far more common in global population centres than running a marathon under 225 would be, because a sub 225 marathon and being in that club is effectively an elite athlete club globally. The absolute number of people in it is almost certainly much smaller than the number of doctorate holders.
Yeah, good.
Well, Brady, maybe the host of our new show can address this when they next record.
Great segue, Croaks, because we've got a big announcement in 2026. I've been signing people, fellas. I've been sending out messages. People contracts are up. It's like the shoe industry. People getting dropped from brands. People getting brought in. But we've got 3 guests who are locked in for 26 weeks. They're going to do a fortnightly show every second week. And I'm really excited about it because these 3 people had a bit of a trial the other week on Patreon. We might put some teaser episodes out. It might be the first, 10 or 15 minutes to hear how they're going on the main pipes. But it will be on Patreon Extra Elite. And I can tell you, boys, the first person, listen to this introduction. He's a doctor to start, not a doctor of medicine, but he has a doctorate degree. He's also got a marathon in the 2:14 range. He's been on the show before, the Road to Nowhere and the Road to London. He's got a half marathon PB of 64:31. It's a good time, isn't it? People forget he's got that 64:31 next to his name. 10K 29:34, 5K 14:09. He's the course record holder at the Cadbury Marathon down in Hobart, the Great Ocean Road Marathon, and maybe Canberra, Croaks. Is it the Canberra Marathon? No, it's not Canberra.
Yeah, it's like 2:16 or something.
Loved amongst our UK listeners, and he knows his way around a podcast. It's Nick Earl. So we've got Nick Earl signed 2026 every fortnight. He's going to have 2 hosts with him. Tell us about the next one, Croaks.
So she's the current Australian marathon champion, holds the record for the fastest marathon debut by an Australian female. Absolute machine when it comes to training. Has been known to rack up 200K weeks while having the flu. And we're competing this weekend at World Cross. And when she gets home from World Cross, we'll be building towards Boston Marathon. So that'll be a pretty good listen over the next, 3 months or so, 4 months in the lead up to Boston. And she's also the 8th fastest Aussie marathoner of all time. It's Leanne Pompiani.
Might just have to say unconfirmed for Boston, Croaks. Might be still a rumour. Not sure if that's been confirmed yet.
Okay.
But yeah, just for legal reasons. How good's that? Leanne in her second year as a marathoner, every second week. It's got to be great.
Good content too.
Probably one of the biggest signings we've ever had, to be honest.
Doesn't hold back either.
Big name. Oh yeah, does not hold back. Who you got, Moose? Who are you telling us about the third panelist on that show?
Well, you were reading intros somewhere?
Yeah, I typed one up because I said, didn't you see the notes that will introduce one person each?
Whereabouts?
You should know Moose doesn't do any prep work for this show.
Where is this written?
The big news, introduce one each on the new show named Road to Somewhere. I'll take Nick Earl.
You know this person pretty well, Moose. You should be okay.
Yeah. So this next guest, she actually ran in the Zatopek 10K like bloody 10 years ago, I reckon it was, when she was still playing netball, living in Albury Wodonga as a uni student, barely doing any running. She came nearly last, I reckon. She ran about 36 and a half minutes or something along those lines. She then went on, the 2006 marathon we've been talking about earlier at Melbourne, when I beat Croaks, smashed him up. And this was her debut marathon where she ran 4th place that hot year, maybe around like 2:46 or something like that. Has run in the Olympics, has run in the World Champs, has still maybe top 10 10K times of all time. I think she's been knocked out of the marathon top 10. 2:26 she's run.
Yeah, so she'll be 9th, 10th, 12th now.
12th, yeah. Bit of water on the bridge since then.
But this year, though, this is why we got her on this show, because it's comeback year.
She's ready to have another crack. Ali Pashley is returning to professional athlete life, has a new child. Bobby went over there yesterday. He's sitting up now. Doesn't look like Ali. Looks a lot like Joe's Bobby. Got a big old head on him. She has been doing some good long runs. Surf Coast Track Club, she's sort of leading those long runs now. She's gone from complaining, bitching at the back to being on the front and dictating the loops, which is always a good sign when you're up front. Just a bit of like Croaks on that Sunday run in Canberra. You're the leader. People are looking to you for sort of how fast are we going today? Where are we going? she is deciding on her marathon. She's got it down to 2 that she's deciding on in the front half of the year. So no doubt they'll chat about which marathon she's going to decide and the reasons behind it. Anything else?
That's good. That's good. The road to somewhere. Leanne Pompiani, Ali Pashley, Nick Earl, every second week. It's going to be good listening, fellas. And I've got some breaking news because I just had 3 other people confirm as well, which I was concerned about these 3 because I sent them a message just saying, you guys are right to roll over your contracts. And they said, yes, the UK monthly boys locked in.
That's good content.
Once a month. I said, I'll say to them, if you want to go 2 a month, happy for you to go 2 a month as well. But they're pretty hard to get all on the same page, those boys. So I reckon if we get 1 a month, that'll be also on Patreon. If you don't want to support us on Patreon, you can do a one-off purchase of the episodes as well. So you pretty much just click on anything. It's like I think you go Apple Pay, even if you got the app on your phone. Pretty simple there as well. That's all at patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast. Running news this week gets brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration for coming on for 2026 as well. Croaks, big news. Beatrice Chebet scratching from World Cross Country Champs.
Yeah, so this came out a few days ago, and then I did a little bit more digging today and found out that she won't compete at all in 2026 because her Instagram says the last 2 years have been more than incredible for us. Every goal and dream checked out. Unfortunately, won't be able to defend my World Cross title. Our hearts are full and can't wait for the next chapter of life. See you in 2027. So then somebody has posted underneath that, Young Boss Kenya. It's written, kids are a blessing. Congratulations on your new mummy journey. So I guess the speculation is that she'll be taking a break from running to have a child.
Yeah, there was some confusion early, wasn't there? I know the Let's Run guys were like, she's out, she's withdrawn, and they kind of had no reason given kind of thing. That was Jonathan Galt. And then, people have dug a bit further and found that post on Instagram.
Yeah, so so she'll be back 2027.
Probably good year to have off.
Yeah.
Like if you she's missing Com Games, World Cross Country Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's obviously that new World Athletics. It's like
Ultimate Warrior or whatever. What's it called?
Yeah, where like the past Olympic champion, the world champion, plus then whoever's performing well in Diamond Leagues basically go and I guess compete for. It's not a world championship, but it's the big meet for the year, I suppose.
Is it Ultimate Challenger?
Yes, Ultimate Challenge or something like that. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Because like for the 5K, for example, it's just going to be one race. There's no heats.
Budapest 26 World Athletics Ultimate Championship.
So that'll be interesting to see. Bit of other World Cross news. So Kiplimo, he'll be back to defend his title. He's going for a 3-peat, which the way he runs cross country, be very hard to beat, I'd imagine. And then just some information on the course. So it's a 2-kilometer loop, and I believe that the course in Florida traditionally is fairly like flat and fast, but they've obviously done a bit of the like Bathurst where they put some things to make it a bit interesting. They've got an elevated boardwalk which is 12 feet off the ground, so they go up and over, and the crowd can actually go underneath that boardwalk. There's a sand pit. There's a water pit which is has like 2 small hills with a water trough between them. There's some gator logs, which I was chatting to Leanne about this on Sunday, and from what I read, it seemed to be that there'll just be like 4 logs across the path, and they were like made of timber. So I got a feeling that you might actually have to either jump them or step up onto them, not like Bathurst where it was a bit more of a chicane, but I'm not 100% sure. And there's also a mud pit there as well. So that's a bit of World Cross news.
Top Aussies, who you got?
Kai Robinson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Second and third Aussies. Would you stick with Seth Morgan?
It's hard. Like you look traditionally, and the Aussies have actually packed fairly well. Like there's never massive gaps between them. Like you look at like last year or the previous one, like Haftu and Ed Marks, they finished one spot behind each other. So I don't know. Like, I think Kai's the standout. Probably say Seth. Yeah, Seth's second on form, but cross country sort of evens the playing field a little bit.
Morgan a month fitter though. Like, he did beat Grant Fisher in a lot of cross country races. See, Grant Fisher got engaged.
It did, yeah.
So yeah, I think our team's almost a team of 3 and 3. Like, we might have Kai, Seth, and Morgan, and then we might have Ed, Isaac, and
Haftu. Yeah,
But
I wouldn't say one Haftu's probably closer to that top 3. Like,
if Haftu has a shocker, there's going to be people coming for blood for not having Tom DeCando in the team. They are. They're going to be in the comments. Moose will be in there with his burner account.
I reckon he'll run all right, Haftu. There's less variables over a 10K than there are in the marathon. And I think Haftu's a pretty good cross-country runner. He ran really well at NCAA cross one year?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I'm just mean if things haven't gone smoothly since Valencia.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's only a month ago, wasn't it? Yeah. 5 weeks between it.
Who you got in the women's, Moose?
Leanne, she's made for cross country. She's got the
over Lauren Ryan. She'll turn the table on Zadpeck.
Yeah,
same
I do.
Distance.
No, it's a different race. It's a very different race, cross country, especially if you start throwing a few obstacles in there. And she trains at Stromlo all the time. Like, she is a cross country runner. I reckon that's probably her best event.
Well, you look at Bathurst, and like, I know that the end result wasn't what she wanted, but up until the last 300 meters, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Yeah. Like, she was in the lead pack for like the majority of the race, which you just don't like. Other than Benita, you never see.
This different athlete now too. Better.
Yeah.
Better athlete.
I think, like Lauren, not sure what she's like over cross, but given how good she looked at Zatopek, like, you can't say that Leanne's going to do it easily over Lauren.
Could be a slab bet here.
I'm thinking that. Or you can go some over-unders with positions. Like Kai Robertson, top 10.
I'll take.
I haven't seen the full field yet.
That's the problem.
I'd probably take that, though.
Yeah, you messaged me the other day going, do you owe me any beers because I'm out of beers at the moment? I'm like, no. What about in that Nadia audio? There's some audio there about Croaks under 220. And you said he's got another one left in him. And I said, I don't think he does.
I get you a case, Moose, if I can get under 220 again.
Still believe it. Still believe that it's there.
I forgot that one. Yeah, let's talk. Oh, we do have to get on the record as well that there is a slab bet in action at Eloise Wellings over under 230 again in her career. I've taken under, you've taken over.
Yeah,
I think Moose is regretting that one.
Yeah, I know. That one there, I do.
Jump the gun.
You know what? Pay out early. I'll buy you a 6-pack. Pay out early.
Half and we'll go.
No, 6-pack early.
Oh.
Just sit on it, Brady.
Because Brady, no, you've given. This is an endless bet. The career will go on forever. Look at Croaks. The bloke will still running when he's 85 years old.
But all Eloise has to do is go under 230.
Well, you're saying it like it's an easy thing to do. You blokes didn't break 230 a couple of years ago, did you?
She'll definitely race more than I do.
She's a professional athlete. She ran a good 10K the other day. She's back. Some results over in Spain. The San Silvestre 10K. Marta Garcia won this in the women's 31:12. Beat Deanne Venes from the Netherlands in 31:19. And Carla Gallardo was third, Spanish athlete, 31:26. Pretty rapid times there. Finishes up the hill, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's predominantly downhill, and then the last couple of K goes up.
Finishing the stadium. My boy Sam Jones, see his Strava. Did you see that? He was over there.
31 something, and so did Greg Frost.
Yeah,
he didn't race it. I think he just did it and ran like sort of 34 minutes because he's still holidaying after Valencia. And there's another Mitch Ryan, who's sort of the driving force behind that Wollongong crew, or that, certainly the social media presence. He was over there as well.
Yeah, they're all wearing the kit. Sam put in his Strava notes that it's the only race he wished could keep going because he was having so much fun.
Yeah.
And you could always relate to that. There's not one race I've ever thought I'd love if this could continue. Always
Yeah,
in
that
so
like
much-
the night of New Year's Eve, pretty cool.
Oh, how the Helena Beers would go down well after that, wouldn't they? Geoffrey Kamworor, he won that, the men's 27.42, beat Jesus Ramos in second in 27.57, and Aaron Las Heras was third in 28.01. Then the Barcelona 5K, the road race there, usually pretty quick. It was won by Ethiopian Likina Amebaw. She was the fifth fastest time ever, 14.23. Agathe Guillemot from France was second in 15.04, and Gemma Reiki, stepping up for a 5K road race, was third, 15.21. In the men's, Jose Carlos Pinto, he ran a POR record in 13.10.
Portugal record.
Portugal, yeah, okay. Yeah, I probably should have got that, POR, Portugal. Magnus Tuvmer from Norway, he was second in 13.13. And I can never pronounce this name, boys, but I'll have a go at it. Thierry Nikinwanyo. He's not from Spain, is he, Croaks?
Yeah, runs for Spain.
No.
Well, that's the results anyway. Cut and pasted them straight from World Athletics.
Oh, yeah, he does. Did he change allegiance over the last couple of years? He's the guy who bet Jimmy Garcia a couple of weeks ago at the European Cross Country Champs around the final bend. Born in Burundi. That's right. Represents Spain. He was third in 13.23. Moose, what news you got?
Surf Coast Classic was on. There was a limited field in the 10K. Your man, Nath Stoate, went down, time trialled 30.06. He would have lapped second place. Will Newton, 32.18. And Charles Mayfield was third in 35.22. Only female in the field, Nat Dryden from New Zealand, ran 36.25. So that'll be one to watch over here. Nat Dryden moved from New Zealand, now lives in Geelong. Could discuss that on the OG Monthly, I think, Brady, for more information there, because quite good friends with Toby.
Moved over for love.
Yeah.
Or for like running opportunities.
Not entirely sure. Again, probably check in on the monthly for that.
Okay, I'll put it on. Opening my notebook now, adding it to the agenda item on the monthly.
Good run, though. Like, no one in that field to run 36.25. That's very good. Good for the, what do they call themselves? Pussycats? The Geelong female team. I like that.
You got a run for them over winter?
Oh, Ali better get some messages out here. Ali's got to lead
pickup,
that team.
Great pickup.
Yeah. In the 5K, Evander Scott, who is a local gun coming through the Geelong scene, ran 14.48 to beat Patrick Matthews, 14.52, and Liam Hanrahan ran 14.54. Hannah's won me a slab here, Brady, so don't worry about that slab I was asking for. That afternoon, got one. Won one here. Kate Saris. Oh, yeah, in the females, it was a bit difficult to work out because they were spread through the B and the C races, because someone in the C race, Kate Saris, ran 17.48, and Bridget Humphrey in the B race ran 18.15.
Thank you to Precision Fuel and Hydration. Chances are you're gearing up for a race yourself, but how dialed in is your race nutrition? Precision Fuel and Hydration makes it simple with a free online planner. Visit precisionhydration.com and get your numbers. You got a special announcement here, Moose?
I do, yeah.
Someone has done some prep in the agenda, Croaks. This wasn't here this morning when I looked at it.
There's a reason why he's done this prep, though.
Yeah,
I just put this
is Moose's announcement time. New segment starting 2026.
New announcements. I've made some announcements on this show in the past, but this one here is pretty exciting. So in 2026, later this month actually, myself and a good friend of mine, Chris White, who is the owner of the running company Clifton Hill, are opening the Running Company Canberra. So, Croaks, this should excite you. It should just get you tingling, sitting there in your seat, because the Running Company Canberra will open in Fishwick. And it is, well, we're really excited because it's going to be the biggest store within the Running Company group in terms of footprint size. We've taken an old outdoor, I think it was an outdoor furniture store, big, large format retail, we're going to use it as a little bit of a concept store, actually, where we're sort of trialing new running specialty, where it'll not like your typical walk in a small store, see some shoes on the right, see some apparel on the left. We've got a whole new concept that we're really excited to. It's taken us a year to design. So we were considering this, and we started negotiating a lease and a premises probably, it wasn't quite a year ago, but it was just under a year. And so we're finally ready to announce it. We've been doing a lot of work in the background. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Canberra, Croaks. I'm pretty happy about that. I can't wait to get those Sundays. And
run at Mulligan's. Meet at my place.
I know I'll be meeting at your place. Don't worry. I went up, Brady, spent a bit of time in Canberra. Croaks wouldn't come meet me at all. I didn't have a car. Just expected me to meet him at his house. He lives like 22 minutes north of anywhere else.
It's because you kept changing where you're going. 1 minute you're here, next minute you're down there.
Stick by it. If you're the alpha, you call the shots. The boys met at front of my place on Sunday as well. So if you're coming to town and want to run with the alpha, here's my address. Here's the start time.
It's exciting, Moose. When are we opening?
Later this month. So the build's getting done now. We had, you know what it's like building something. Had heaps of permit issues. Then we also had just delays. But yeah, I won't give all the new things away, because I think that'll be able to show that better visually. But Chris and we started working together in Geelong in 2012, and Chris is someone who I don't think we've had a lot of very knowledgeable people on his podcast around footwear, and he's as knowledgeable as anybody. So he's someone that like super smart guy. He's an engineer, and he takes that knowledge into shoes. And yeah, we chat every day about it, and we're actually we are looking for some staff. And so we had this job listing planned out, and I'm like, just let me throw it out to the podcast community first, because anyone listening to this show is a passionate runner, and we know that passionate runners are the lifeblood of a running store. So there's going to be a few positions open in Canberra. One of them will be a fairly prominent role, the store manager position, where we're looking for someone to sort of come in and really get involved in the day-to-day operations of the store. We're after someone who is a little bit more mature, that wants to make this their career. They're going to be learning from Chris and myself, who are pretty entrenched in the industry. Hopefully can set someone up for a career in the industry. I did chat to Croaks about this, Brady. Can you imagine?
Apply for it?
Well, he hasn't put his application in.
Moose was hitting me up saying, do you want to teach anymore? Because I might have something for you. And thought about it. I'm like, the last thing this store needs is a grumpy old prick like me dealing with customers.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be the best choice, to be honest.
Nah.
Plus, it's too far from Mulligan's.
I just wanted
back of house.
I just wanted to be his boss.
Yeah,
I would have loved being his boss just for a day.
Yeah, you'd want me at the back just stacking boxes. That's where I would be.
I think probably more in an ambassador kind of role. Like,
you reckon?
You put up, don't you all like the running companies? Don't you put up pictures of like you've got Ali in the one at Geelong and Prefontaine, don't you?
We've got a Prefontaine. Yep.
You had Rod Dixon and Steve Monaghetti at Ballarat.
Mm-hmm.
Who have you got in Torquay?
Torquay is Ali and Bree running along the beach in Anglesea. Yeah,
so Ali's in 2 stores. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
So obviously you got to go Deke on one side of the wall at Canberra. Who would you go the other side? Correct.
Cam Myers.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what?
Because you need a local connection.
We're having these conversations as we speak, and Croaks' name's been thrown up there. I batted it down very fast.
I'd be batting it down too, Moose.
Rob Wilson got thrown up there.
Oh, yeah?
I thought,
Did you plant us?
No one knows who Rob Wilson is. So,
well, Moose, I can send you through the photo where I'm with Deke.
Oh, on the barbecue?
Well, no, it was at the Stromlo Running Festival. He presented the trophy or the plaque thing to me.
Surely at
Photo.
the opening, someone told me this yesterday. It's not officially my joke, but surely at the opening, you get Deke and Croaks cooking the barbecue. Relive that famous moment. Toby Hall needs a shout out
Well, I
for saying
cooked the
that
barbecue.
yesterday.
It wasn't Deke cooking the barbecue. It was me. Just
Nah,
handing
but we get
me a
Deke as
plate
well.
of
We get
steak.
Deke and Croaks just turning snags at the official opening of the Running Company Canberra. I don't know what it's going to cost you, Moose, but do it, please.
I need Croaks. I need a 1983 version of Deeks on the wall, and I need a 2003 version of Croaks.
Because you can't be the guy coming in out of town and piss the locals off. Like if Croaks sabotages your business amongst the locals, you know you're screwed.
We're not going to be pissing anybody off. We're going to be a fantastic hub, mate.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't want to piss off Croaks because he'll spread the word. No one would come through the doors.
I wouldn't do that to him.
Get him on the barbecue.
Anyway, there's going to be some positions available. So before we go all formal with it, I thought there might be some people that where their ears prick up and go, hey, I'm looking for a career change, or I'm in the industry now and I'd like to do this. I'd like to set myself up for the future, and send an email to canberra@therunningcompany.com.au and we'll be able to have a chat further. And there'll be positions for casual positions as well too.
So you need
Imagine
a store
Rob
manager,
Wilson.
though.
Imagine Rob Wilson being store manager.
I like that. That actually,
Does he know anything about shoes?
Yeah, he wears them.
Yeah.
I can teach people about shoes, Brady.
Well, you're saying if they've got no experience at all, we'll still open to have the conversation.
For sure, yeah. Like learning the shoes is a relatively easy bit. I want someone who's organized. I want someone mature who pays attention to detail. Someone who's very personable with customers. Someone who's punctual. I want, like mature things. Someone who's reliable, and also like energetic. I like some energy. It works in a store.
I'm surprised you asked me, Moose, because I don't tick any of those boxes.
Like I said, just one day to be your boss. You wouldn't have lasted more than a day. I can tell you right now.
That's good. Good luck with that. Give us the email address again.
Canberra@therunningcompany.com.au. And yeah, jump on our Instagram because we're going to be open relatively soon. And it's going to be something that, like, this is a store that if I was going to a city, I would beeline just to have a look at it. Just the fit out. We've done custom, like, made fixturings. So we've designed an entire, like, shop fit out using non-generic, like, all custom made stuff. So it's going to look a bit different to your normal run store.
Don't know where this guy finds the time, Croaks, to be doing stuff like this, but good on you. The exciting times ahead.
Thank you.
Whispers, just keep a watch on some Instagram bios. End of year contracts are up, so just keep searching.
Flick it through. Who am I searching for?
No, nothing's come across my desk yet with contract stuff, but I'm just looking at a few. Oh, that Philly Bowden, she's like the 225 lady. She announced that she's left on. She hasn't announced where she's going yet, though. That was one that Dan Nash paced at Berlin one year. Some people going with the announcement. Some people just sneakily take the handles out of the bios.
Not going, Brady. Prominent Aussies left a group.
Who am I searching for? Just tell me who.
Further down, folks. I was on the elliptical today, and I got a message that I'm not going to announce it here because it's not my space to do it. But a very prominent Australian has left a very prominent training group.
Okay,
and I punched the air when I was on the elliptical because I think people are happy with this move because I think it's going to be good for the person. I was like, people have been asking for this for a while, I feel. You two guys would have had a smile on your face when you read the same message.
Yeah.
Change can be as good as a holiday, boys. The other whisper is totally bizarre. I got this email. You guys get this email as well off the source that helps us out? Anyway, the email was titled Bizarre Running News or something like that. And I read it, and it was from the Geelong Advertiser. It was the front page down there, Moose. Rave linked to Olympian Jack Rayner shut down over safety fears. Authorities have shut down a rave near Aries Inlet. So that's Ali's hometown, isn't it? Aries Inlet?
But this was in Canberra. So if you drew a triangle from Aries Inlet, Anglesea, Canberra is like the other bit of the triangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aries Inlet linked to Olympian Jack Rayner ordering hundreds of patrons to leave the site by New Year's Eve. A 3-day bush doof. You'll have to tell me more about what a bush doof is in a second, Croaks. Set up near Aries Inlet has been shut down with all patrons ordered off site by New Year's Eve. Authorities, including police, Surf Coast Shire Council staff and firefighters, inspected the site on December 30th and found it did not have required permits to operate or for on-site structures. According to the Shire, inspectors also found there were inadequate safety provisions and evacuation procedures in place. Late on Wednesday, Rayner responded to the event's cancellation, saying it was never a safety issue, rather a misunderstanding of permit requirements from local council. Victoria Police spokesman Anita Bren said Victoria Police assisted Surf Coast Shire Council and other partner agencies in the decision to close an unplanned music event near Canberra. There's way more in the article, but bizarre news.
When did you guys? Because we got sent something or a message flicked through well before we got the email. When did you guys first?
I saw
aware of it.
I saw it. Because this is it. I think my uncles and aunties they live out there next door to this property that the rave was held at. So I was talking about on Christmas Day because my cousin was going because they're good friends with the people that the property owner there, and they were telling me about what it is and who organises it, and I was like, they were all excited for it. And then I asked then I saw the article come out in the local newspaper. I don't know.
There wouldn't be an article if Jack wasn't an Olympian, would there? Or you know more about the local scene.
Yeah.
That was a bit clickbaity, like Olympian.
Yes, that was clickbaity for sure. Absolutely clickbaity.
And front page is pretty full on.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many other pro runners in the world are organising raves? I couldn't imagine it. Like it's very.
It's not
bizarre.
It is bizarre. It's not a real overlap, is it?
No.
I can't imagine the lifestyle of raving and the lifestyle of professional athlete really work well together.
Yeah, I don't know anything about raves. I'm not. Raves about?
I'm too old for.
Are they more about the music or more about the dancing or more about like the the getting away, like the festival nature of it? I'm not. I think the rave stuff is more passionate music people than like the festivals that like that Beyond the Valley and stuff that you saw that was on at the same time. I think because they're into their music, their electronic music. Those few of those MTC boys.
I'm just looking up here. What defines a rave party? Rave parties, or more simply raves, are dance parties that feature fast-paced, repetitive electronic music and accompanying light shows. Raves are the focus of rave culture, a youth-orientated subculture that blends music, art, and social ideas, e.g., peace, love, unity, respect, tolerance, happiness.
Oh, yeah? It's 3 days, though. Did I say it was 3 days? It's a long time to be bouncing around. You camp out there and stuff, Moose?
Well, yeah. It's like a big farming. There'll be like farming paddock areas. It's pretty isolated. Like there's one way in, one way out of that property, like one road. So you, I'm just thinking permit wise, like if there's got to be a mass evacuation.
Yeah, like, and if there's fires ripping through and stuff.
It's super bushfirey out there. Like Canberra is massive forest. It's basically the Otway forest. And then the farming area, it turns into farming area and there's like forestry plantations over the road from it. So there is lots of timber, bushland out there.
Anyway, that was the story. The Melbourne Marathon winner is on the front page of the newspaper for a bizarre reason.
Yep.
Loose on the loose, what do you got?
Oh, it's come in late, this one. Come in late. Someone sent it to me. Who sent it to me? Croaks, you sent this through. Got Luke Matthews coming back, doing his new return to runs, which is great. We love to see it. Running Road to Sydney Marathon. That's what the campaign's called. So that'll be cool.
On his Strava.
On his Strava, yeah, he's doing that. But he's obviously feeling a bit down the dumps on this run today because he said fan question. He's listed his PBs, 145, 335 and 354 in these spikes. And he's got a photo of him wearing a pair of Victories. what could I have run in current technology spikes? Oh, he's just gone fishing for some good vibes, some confidence here, hasn't he?
It's just that it's a sign though. It's that I'm an old athlete now, and this generation has it easier than me, and
oh yeah,
it's just I don't know. It's just odd.
Yeah, I don't know about that from Luke. I like you ran those times, mate. There's no point wondering what you could have run, coulda, shoulda. I don't think Mona's sitting there going, "What happens if I had a gel instead of water? What time could I have run?" So yeah, we'll leave that there.
All right. Listener question, Krogs.
All right, this week's listener question is proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Still with training over summer for maybe a coldish marathon. So thoughts on training over the summer for an overseas winter marathon? In theory, it seems like you would have a lot of physiological advantages, but looking back at all the Aussies that ran Osaka, I guess in recent years, the results seemed like a bit of a mixed bag. Was there too sharp a drop in temperature? Obviously, you three have had success in the past racing in Japan, but that race has always bothered me. Like there's something I'm missing here. And that comes in from Ross Pentland, who Ross does our show notes. Great guy.
Great guy.
Good fella.
Been doing it for years and years too, Krogs. I wake up on a Tuesday morning, they're pretty much done. This show kind of hits Patreon at like 9:30 p.m. I don't know if he sleeps, but he gets them done super quick. Appreciate all the work that Ross Pentland does in the podcast. And it's a great question.
I think you got to break it down a little. So let's look at Osaka first. Osaka, we've had some terrible conditions, not just cold weather, but actual terrible conditions like the wind, the rain, very hard to run fast on days like that. Regardless of if you train in the winter or you train in the summer, they can like below, I think it's about below 12 degrees, you have that opposite effect where it becomes detrimental. And then you add wind and the wind chill factor when it gets so low makes it feels like a lot colder. And then you add wet or water like rain and your wet kit and you're running along and it's like 2 degrees but windy and wet and it feels like -10. Like that's just it's just not good for running. As much as we love being in the cold, that's too cold. And so I think that's what has affected the marathon times recently. So I'm not sure Osaka is the problem here, unless it's like an ongoing issue of the conditions being too cold every year, but it doesn't generally get those conditions.
I just looked at my Strava file that when we did at Moose and it's like temperature 6, but feels like 3.
Yeah.
And that would have been on when I started my watch and it got worse.
Yeah, that's right.
And in my notes, I've just had tough day. Body just felt like it was frozen from 30K.
Ali was on the side of the road, hypothermia, like in the medical tent for an hour, just on the side of the road, trying to get a core temperature back up. Very cold.
It's the only race I've ever felt like a bit unsafe in. Like your heart rate's dropping and you're at like the 36K mark and you're like, how the hell am I going to make it to the finish line today? Like it's weird. Yeah.
But just on that, you need to be dressed better. Like you need to have more layers for that because you can combat it a little bit. Like we were out there and what were you wearing? A singlet and some arm warmers?
Yeah. And then I had like a beanie and then a hat over my beanie.
Yeah, but like you're in
I had two
basically below zero at that
and
point.
You're wet.
You've got a tiniest little thin singlet with tiny little half tights on.
Yeah.
Super thin. Like I think you can do better. Like you can put on something underneath your singlet, something warmer. You can wear thicker gloves. You can wear like longer tights. You can wear long socks.
We had those heat things in our hands, remember? Like the things you warm. I had those in the whole race.
Yeah.
I guess part of the problem is though, it's like you never expect to go into racing a marathon with a heap of clothes on. And so psychologically it's very hard to like go into a race wearing like long tights or whatever. Like I would really struggle. I remember when I made my marathon debut, it was snowing and there was still snow on the ground when I finished. And I remember so Yuki Kawauchi won that race. And I remember seeing the lead pack at 25K and these guys were running with garbage. They had garbage bags still on at 25K.
Anomaly. Yuki Kawachi is an anomaly, and don't let him be your example of what to do. Because he was wearing nothing that day. That bloke was wearing 2-inch splitties and a singlet. Yeah, just charging down the hill and freezing cold. And everyone else, like you said, is wearing jackets. And Lyndon Hall wore a full jacket that day, like the whole way.
I'd still much prefer to train in the summer going into a marathon as opposed to training somewhere that's relatively cold and going somewhere that's going to be probably warmer than where you train. Like you are generally going to be fitter coming out of a summer going to a colder marathon.
But then that depends as well what you classify as summer. Like it can be two. Like I've had weeks up here. This week in particular, I'm so stoked that I'm not training for a marathon because it's like 42, 42, 43. It's going to be 30 degrees at 5 a.m. Friday morning. So you cannot do workouts.
You got a treadmill for that. You can still get it.
But you're
done,
not going to do I don't know if you're going to do a 30K tempo run on a treadmill, are you?
Yeah.
Maybe if you have to, but yeah.
You also just have to adjust everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like you lower your expectations. Your paces change.
Yeah. You cut a few Ks here or there if you have to.
I think the hours of sunlight allow you to train more in summer, like train easier.
Yeah.
I find it more enjoyable to get up, put a pair of shorts on and go out the door rather than put tights and long like socks and coming back with 8 different things you got to wash. I'm a summer guy too. And there's heat gains that we know about now. Like most marathoners at the elite level are doing heat training, not for acclimation, but for performance benefits now. You had your man on, Croaks, forget his name, but the guy helping Rob, he proved it.
Yeah. I think you made a good point, Moose, about like if you have been training in the heat and you go to somewhere that's like cold, like you need to get yourself warm for longer of the race than what you are. Like I even noticed it here on New Year's Day. It was actually quite cold compared to the weather we'd had. And so, but it was still only probably like maybe 10 degrees. And I was out running going, I'm actually quite cold. So you think about you then going somewhere that's 0 degrees. Like you need to, but you've been training somewhere that's 30. Like that's a huge difference. And the only way to combat that is to make sure you're warm enough on the start line and probably for the first 30 odd K. So if it's running with extra layers,
That's the listener question. It's a tricky one. But I think you two both agree.
Well, I think it also shows there's just so much, and this is the thing I've always hated about the marathon, is you put in so much work for a day that you can't control. You can't control the weather. But you don't get to rock up next week and have another crack at it like you can for a 1,500 or a 5K.
Yeah. That was the listener question, and that was brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. We've got a new code as well, boys. Visit precisionhydration.com and use the code IRP2026 for 15% off your first order. What's coming up? We've got the World Cross Country Champs, 9:40 a.m., 12:20 p.m. local time. That's 1:45 a.m. to 4:20 a.m. our time on Saturday night, Croaks?
So it'll be early Sunday morning our time.
You're not getting... Oh, you'll be up, Moose. You'll be right. You'll be able to watch that when you're doing the feeds.
No, I've made a rule, no phones during the feeds. Break it all the time. But I'm trying to go no phone during the feed.
Yeah, you just have the TV on.
No,
just TV on TV.
What, TV in the bedroom?
Oh, yeah, okay. You do the feeds in the bedroom.
Yeah, we don't leave the bed, mate. Not if you don't have to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Houston Half Marathon as well. Galen Rupp's in. See that?
Yep.
Big Rupp. They've also, that kid who won the NCAAs is debuting.
Yeah, I've got here Samuel, what's his name? Samuel Habtum, I think.
When you say kid, the bloke's around 26:45 or something.
Habtum Samuel.
Debut.
Eritrea.
No Aussies. Where's Pat Tiernan? Someone give me a Pat Tiernan update. Yeah. I know you asked in our message group during the week, Moose.
I'm looking for it.
I want to know. Stars. Usually he pops up here.
Big friend
Very
of the
quiet.
show.
Cam Levins is on this start list as well.
Oh, yeah. Rory Linkletter.
Yeah.
Reed
And then
Fisher.
in the women's, we got Siggy Gebrasalama, a 2:04.21 runner. Evelyn Churchier, 106.
You mean 64? Yeah.
Sorry, 64. Yeah, 64, and then 66.
No Aussies in this either.
Leanne said on Sunday, Houston half would have been a good one to do, but it's clashes with Cross.
And you've also got Valencia 10K, which is
this
loaded.
weekend as well.
That's this weekend as well. Sam Clifford's over there to do that.
How'd you hear about that one?
I saw the start list. I think Trackster maybe had it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been tracking Andreas Algrim. Remember last week I told you to put a watch on him?
Yeah.
2 weeks out, get the stock early. They put their start list up, I think, which is, I can't find it now where I'm trying to look for it, but maybe it wasn't them. Yeah, don't know. But yeah, that's going to spit out some fast times. Anything that happens in Valencia is also fast. That's a show, boys. What are you doing between now and next week, Moose?
Oh, back to work. I've been working a few days now. Just get out of the house.
When are you coming up to Canberra?
I'll be there on the 19th, 20th, 21st.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back up probably the week after that, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the next time I'll be there.
Croaks, what are you got coming up?
Not much. Viv went back to work today, so I'm on dad duty for the rest of the school holidays.
How many times are you hearing at your house, Dad, I'm hungry?
Oh,
that's all my kids do is say they're hungry the whole day.
Colas is terrible. It's like non-stop.
Maybe if you ate your breakfast, you wouldn't be hungry.
Yeah. What do you feed him for brekkie? You give him a cereal or are you making eggs?
My daughter's allergic to eggs.
Bircher muesli sometimes eggs.
Bit of oats.
Sometimes raisin toast.
Yeah, wheat bix. Kids wheat bix.
Oh, yeah.
They request the stuff, then it sits there half empty.
And then you go through phases where they're really nice and playing with each other, and then it's World War III. And
we're doing nippers this week, actually, down at Miami Beach.
Oh, nice.
For an hour a day, which is pretty cool. I didn't go today, but I'm going tomorrow. But I saw the photos from today.
I tell you, when he come down with his kids, Hudson, last year, we went to the beach, main beach. The waves are decent size, 2 to 3 foot. And I'm like, Pia won't go near that shit. Like, that's too... And she watches them. And then Hudson, this kid from Echuca, just charges down into the water, like, no fear at all. He's pretty brave, Hudson. Doesn't mind the waves.
Yeah. Is that the trip where Brady wouldn't buy his kid an ice cream? No ice cream for Hudson?
Is that one, was it?
I don't know. We gave you shit about it. Group chat. Somebody came up about Hudson didn't get an ice cream. Maybe
some parents are too soft these days, Croaks. You got to keep them hard. That's why they go into the water, hardened. All right. See you, listeners. See you, boys. Do it all again next week. Oh, you're not going to be here next week, actually.
No,
Bruce,
I'm going. Yeah, I'm not here.
I've got someone on the top of my hit list to ask as well.
Pat Tiernan. Reach out to Pat Tiernan.
I'm sure the time zone works real well with the US.
I looked at some of the feedback on the surveys, someone that the people enjoy. I'm going to ask them first. I'll see if they accept. All right, we're done. See you, boys. The road to Patreon supporters, the road to Berlin boys are recording this week as well. Paddy Stowe, Jimmy Friend, Rob Wilson. So, keep a lookout for that. I think Friday or Saturday night. So be there for your long run Sunday morning. See you, boys.
See ya.
Thank you for listening this week in partnership with Nordic Track. Nordic Track's commitment to innovation keeps growing. With an incredible legacy in cardio, they continue to evolve with new ways to train, from strength and cross-training to studio cycling and endurance. Paired with personalised, trainer-led iFit workouts, they deliver a premium at-home experience built to support every goal. Begin your journey today with 5% off using the code IRP2025 at nordictrackfitness.com.au.